Welcome to Authentic Models, your ultimate destination for engaging life stories and captivating journeys of the modeling world's most celebrated figures. From legendary runway stars to pioneering fashion influencers, we delve into the lives and careers of those who've redefined style and set new standards in the industry. Tune in every week for fresh content featuring rare interviews, exclusive behind-the-scenes access, and inspiring accounts of models who've made a lasting impression on fashion history. Today on our highlight is GRACIE BON. GRACIE BON was born in Melbourne, Australia, in a leafy suburb, where the gumtrees whispered stories and the ocean was never far from sight. She was the middle child of three, raised by a teacher mother who loved language, and a carpenter father who sculpted wood into life, and both of them taught her how to shape beauty and meaning from raw material. From the beginning, GRACIE was quiet but magnetic, drawing attention not by shouting, but by existing in a way that felt alive. She loved to dance before she learned to walk, sketched faces before she could write words, and asked questions about everything from why the sky changed color to how laughter could echo in the heart. When she was 10, her parents took her to a fashion show for charity, and she watched models float down the runway and felt something open in her like a door that had been waiting to be seen. From that moment on, she began practicing poses in front of the mirror, studying magazines she scavenged in thrift shops. She learned how light could sculpt a cheekbone, how posture could tell a story, how a photograph could hold a moment in time. She signed up for school drama and photography classes, honing her awareness of image and emotion. And when she turned 15, she posted a photo of herself against the brick wall of her backyard. It was simple but poetic: natural hair pulled back, eyes calm, lips parted like a question. And the internet quietly noticed. She began to receive messages from local photographers and small magazines, and she said yes to the ones that felt like conversation rather than commerce. She was never comfortable selling an image. She preferred naming it, shaping it, living in it, making it real, on her own terms. At 17, she signed with a boutique modeling agency in Melbourne, but insisted on creative input and the right to choose projects aligned with her vision. She worked on editorial shoots in rainforests in the Grampians, along the Great Ocean Road, and each image she created felt like a landscape of possibility, not just for fashion, but for stories of visibility, representation, authenticity. She walked her first runway at Melbourne Fashion Week at 18, wearing a dress made by a local Indigenous designer, and the image spread because it said something true about connection, identity, presence. She looked not like a product, but like a poem. She began traveling to Sydney, Brisbane, Adelaide, giving dance workshops to young women learning to center their bodies and voices. She walked in ad campaigns for Australian brands promoting ethical materials and sustainable fabrics, and she refused to work with any brand that used harmful practices or exploited people or animals. She began to write essays about beauty ethics, cultural identity, feminism, sustainability. Her articles were published in industry blogs and indie magazines, and her voice began to matter. She became a spokesperson for a campaign to end fast fashion in Australia, giving talks at universities and creative festivals, reminding people that clothing is memory, material, energy, human, and earth connected. She developed skills in styling, photography, direction, and in her mid-20s founded her own creative collective, building campaigns that honored local communities, told untold stories, elevated voices of Indigenous and migrant artists and models across Australia, New Zealand, and Southeast Asia. She still modeled, but less often, walking runways in Paris, Tokyo,